Buhari knew if Justice Onogen had remained, he wouldn't have accepted what they wanted to do. Clark. And now to the news info. The recent acquittal of Justice Walter Onogen by the Court of Appeal has reverberated throughout Nigeria's legal and political spheres. Onogen, who was controversially removed as Chief Justice of Nigeria in 2019 over allegations of false asset declaration, had his conviction overturned by the appeal court, which found the charges unfounded. According to Vanguard, Chief Edwin Clark, a respected Nigerian elder statesman, responded positively to the ruling, commending the Chief Justice of Nigeria for ensuring a fair trial process. Clark specifically praised the impartiality of the court in overturning what he regarded as an unjust verdict. He expressed that the ruling restored justice to Onogen, who had faced years of legal and public battles over the charges. For Clark, this acquittal served as a reaffirmation of the judiciary's role in upholding fairness irrespective of external pressures. In his public statement, Clark emphasized the critical need for judicial independence, particularly in high-profile cases involving influential figures. He argued that Onogen's case represented a miscarriage of justice, one that has now been rectified by the appeal court. Clark expressed optimism that the judgment will set an example for future cases. We hope so. We hope so, because we still have future cases that the judiciary needs to, and the Court of Appeal needs to judge fairly and rightly on top this River State matter and this Martin Zamewule. We are really anticipating that judgment, and I hope that it is a fair judgment that they will give. We are ensuring that the judiciary remains free from undue political interference and continues to uphold its integrity. We hope so. Clark's criticism also extended to the actions of former President Muhammadu Buhari, whom he accused of using political tactics to influence judicial decisions. Clark recounted how Buhari had allegedly rewarded justices who had favored him in 2011 elections by appointing them to high-profile diplomatic positions. That is what every one of them is doing. That is what our president is doing right now. That is what Wike is doing. Building houses for judges so that they will do everything that you want them to do for you. Buying them to receive favor from them. I wonder why. Judiciaries are supposed to be independent. Like INEC, so you are supposed to be non-biased. You should be able to judge free and fair, and not because somebody is coercing you and giving you money, and then you will now rule in that person's favor. Now, wow. He referenced the appointment of a retired Supreme Court Justice to a prestigious role in London as an example of how political motivations could distort justice and undermine the independence of judiciary. According to Clark, the reward system that seemed to follow favorable judicial decisions during Buhari's tenure was seen by many as a way of securing loyalty rather than ensuring the integrity of the judiciary. This, Clark argued, further contributed to the erosion of trust in the judicial process, especially in politically sensitive cases like Onogen's. In his remarks, the story was different in the case of the third Supreme Court Justice who voted for President Buhari. He allowed him to rise to the post of CJN, but he saw that was not good enough for him, because if Justice Onogen was to remain the CJN, the mess and mischievous things they wanted to carry out during the presidential election in 2019, Justice Onogen would not accept it, and the best thing was to remove him, and this was the secret plan between President Buhari and his Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, because you want to carry out mischievousness, because you want to rig election and all of that, you decided to rope somebody and accuse him of what he did not do. Can you just imagine the kind of country that we are living in? Thank God for Court of Appeal that they've released him, but really, it's really unfair. Current Justice says, since you people called your Igbo brothers fools and enemies, how Sokoto be fair to your so-called Niger Deltans? Is this correlating to what we are discussing about? Lucky Zaman says, Jonathan was busy laughing instead of removing Jega as of that time. Ebony Pula replies, Jonathan did what he did because he is a true Democrat. Today, where are we now? I wonder. Everything in this country is rigged. Rigging is the order of the day, and we can't do anything about it. It is well. Ahmed Mohammed says there is nothing like false asset declaration. He shot himself on the leg by aligning himself with the political opposition. Hence, the then government sees him as a threat to them, and that's exactly what consumed him from office. That is why politicians are very skeptic human beings. It's not supposed to be so. Are they supposed to rob him just because they think he's not going to support them? So because of that, they accused him. If it was something that would lead to his death, that is that they will accuse him wrongly of doing what he did not do. People can justify rubbish in this country. Mike Cheleke says, when will we as a nation have sanity in our democracy? We don't know. We have the judiciary, executive and legislature that are supposed to checkmate each other, but the section which is the executive, have taken over others because they are dictating the pace for the nation and kept us all to what is happening. When will you judiciary, legislature, wake up and let Nigeria practice true democracy? All of you there came from very poor families and background, and you see this as an opportunity to enrich yourself and family. Exactly, that is what they are doing. You see money and then you forget everything. You forget where you are coming from. You just do anything that you like because of money, greediness, money that you will not take to heaven. Says, well, many more says, this now confirms the story. In fairness, we know a trap was set for him and was the way to kick out the trap and would not do it. The story was that PDP had planted Justice Onogen to disqualify Buhari at the Supreme Court, which is the final court. So why is anybody blaming Buhari, who had all it takes to scuttle the plans by removing the judge? Anybody could do it. Buhari is not the first to have rigged the election. Even Musa Yar'Adua confessed his election was fraudulent, yet he remained president. Can you imagine the things that we are even saying? We are so happy about it, rigging election. That's not the first time people are rigging election. It's not the first, and it's not going to be the last. Oh, let us continue. We are not ready in this country. Oyewole Saka says, Clark has forgotten to mention the Dubai meeting at the instance of PDP. Article involving the Estor CJ that has stooges of APC, members in attendance to perfect legal framework for 2019 election. Emmanuel Adesina says, lie, Onoge would have sold the election to Atiku. He is doing that since Abacha's era. He was to be sacked but narrowly escaped. Don't even know what to believe. Abubakar Gambo says, Clark is shielding away from the truth. Onogen himself knew what led to his subsequent suspension. Judiciary just wants to clear him, not because he was not at fault. He wanted to serve two masters at the same time. Ask PDP people, they are in the picture of what happened. Okay now. No wahala. But Danjuma says, that is where Buhari destabilized Nigerian politics. Mwago Kemefule says, Oga Clark, you have said it all. You have said it all. My listeners, what do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.